You will own nothing and be happy. The highest tax rates since the Second World War, rampant inflation, unaffordable home energy, unaffordable food, unaffordable petrol. Slowly we're being bled dry. People are accruing significant debt or exhausting their savings just to cover the basics. People are spending every penny they've got just to feed their families and keep a roof over their heads. And soon they won't even be able to do that. If your current mortgage deal is about to come to an end, you're absolutely scuppered. Mortgage rates are soaring and your monthly repayments are about to go stratospheric. I mean, you could think about selling your home and downsizing, but unfortunately, house prices are dropping quicker than a toddler on a bouncy castle. According to the Oxford Economics Consultancy, your house is probably overvalued by 30%. And that's not even taking into account that inflation is at a 40-year high. So the real figure could be much worse. If you're a homeowner, your assets are looking far less impressive and secure than they were 6 months ago. And if you're not already on the property ladder, you've got absolutely no chance of even getting a foot on the bottom rung, unless you're planning on robbing a bank, running a drugs cartel, or getting some fake plastic tits and starting an OnlyFans page. The potential for home ownership is a pivotal cog in the machine of our society. When you're young, you get a job and work hard in the hope of one day getting on the property ladder. And then once you're on it, you have to work even harder to make sure you can pay the mortgage on your home every month. Until one day in your late 50s, you actually own the cursed thing. Then you die and leave your home to your children, who then have to pay a huge, punitive chunk of inheritance tax on it, despite the fact that you've spent 3/4 of your life grafting yourself into an early grave for the privilege of owning it outright. Because of course, on a national and international level, we're governed by thieves with their hands constantly in our pockets, with their hands even in the pockets of dead people, only too happy to claw the last penny out of a dead man's hand. We carry the illusion of being free to earn a living and spend the money we earn on what we like. But that freedom has been slipping away for some time now, as the state claims ever more of our income and we're ruthlessly extorted by global corporations every time we're forced to commit the unavoidable act of purchasing the most basic things we all need to stay alive. When it's so obvious that a mercenary global elite are stealing everything they can from each of us, how long can it be before we start stealing from each other? And how long before that theft is attended by violence? And how long before the consequence of that inevitable violent theft is that we all find ourselves living in a police state? You will own nothing and be happy, or otherwise there'll be prison, state torture, or capital punishment waiting for you. Such is the global communist utopia we can all look forward to. Still, we've probably got another 5 years or so of being able to pretend we're all free before the universal autocracy really takes hold. So, chin up and just try and enjoy the time you've got left.